You're welcome to this video. My name is Herbert and today we'll be talking about why consistency beats creativity. I know that this is not the first time that you are hearing this topic of consistency beating creativity, but I have another tale to this story which you have to get at this point that you are watching this video. Now, I talk about meta ads and how we can be able to use it to increase our sales and visibility. But in this case, I'm talking as somebody that is talking about creating content in terms of videos that we use for our ad. If you are somebody that creates content for your product, then this content will be valuable to you. And if you are somebody that run ads for business also, this content will be valuable to you. Now, when you talk about consistency, every time what you hear is that post once a day, post twice a day, post 3 times, or post 2 times a day. But this is my definition of consistency. Consistency means that doing the right thing at your own ability. If it is one time that you can post a content a day, that is your consistency level. If it is twice that you can post a content a day, that's your consistency level. If it is once that you can post a content in a week and you are able to do it throughout the year, that's your consistency level. If it is 4 times that you can post your content in a year and every year you are being able to do that, that's your consistency level. So that's what we are trying to talk about here. Identify your consistency level and then we can do the best. But if you want to get the best result, then you must be able to do the highest volume and do it right so that you can get the best result. The first thing that we'll be talking about here is that repetition builds trust. For you to be able to get the best result for your ads or your content, the more that you are able to show in face of the people, then the more trust that you are able to build. In my former video, I've been able to talk about the client acquisition process, which I talk about awareness, consideration, trust building, decision making, and then finally we talk about follow up, which can lead to sales. Right now, you can check out that video and then you'll be able to get it. The title will be client acquisition process. Now, if your content can be able to appear in face of people a lot more times, then you can get the best result. It's not all about using new topics, but the more you create a content, the more you create a content, then the more volume that you have on the internet, which means that a lot more people can be able to go on the internet, search for these things, and then they can be able to locate you at any part at all. Now, if you're able to build content and you repeat this thing consistently over a period of time, people will become to like you, know you, and they will trust you, which is the KLT factor. They know you, they like you, and then they can be able to trust you, and these people can refer you to other people. So whilst we are creating content, I want you to understand that it's not all about bringing new ideas. Yes, good ideas are there that you can bring on board, but make sure that you are able to repeat your content daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, and then you get the best result for your ad. Now, the second thing that you must understand is that familiarity builds action. Action in the sense that if you are familiar in your content or with your ad, what happens is that people are able to take action because they know you, they trust you. You cannot show up your face on the internet and then deceive anybody because there are traces that will show where you are located. How you get me? Because of that, the more familiar you are, the more familiar your brand is, and then the more familiar what you are doing is online, there is higher possibility that anything that you want people to do, they will be able to do it. You don't need to be an influencer before you can command action on the internet. If people trust you and you want them to buy a product and you have a brand, they will surely buy that product from you. So instead of being creative, taking 1 month to create one video, sure that you are able to be familiar with your audience, and then this audience will then buy from you. These are things that you must understand as business owners that are creating content for our ads or are creating content to be able to promote our businesses online. You know, I talk about paid ads, but why not? I always help business owners also with organic content tips that they can use for your content. So if you want to dominate in the ads or content area, make sure that you are familiar with your audiences and then they can take any action that you want them to take. The third thing that we'll be talking about here is that the market learns slowly, right? Market learns slowly. I'm not just saying that the market doesn't learn fast. We are trying to say that you need time, right? You need time to be able to convert people in making buying decision. And anytime that somebody is watching your content, that person is learning new things from you, and that person will in turn be able to be familiarize yourself, and that person will be able to build trust, which will turn into action. So while the market is learning slowly, things are changing. Better focus on consistency than creativity, because consistency pays than creativity in this online space. Don't waste a lot of time creating that one good video, because you don't need just good videos to get the best result, but you also need to be able to appear through all these market learning processes that you take your client through, right? So these are things that we will talk about when we are talking about creating content for your ad or for your business. The next thing that we're going to talk about is that random posting reset your audiences, right? What are we talking about here about random posting reset audiences? If you are posting a content that is not structured, right, what you are doing is that you are either confusing your audiences. Let's say today we come with a content, right? We are talking about how to actually farm, and then tomorrow we come talking about how we can clothe ourselves, and all these things. What happens is that we are able to confuse our client, right? So these are things that we must know. Whilst we are chasing creativity, understand that random posting resets your audiences. So it's better you focus on one thing. If you are talking about car, yes, you can talk about car, right? And then there are other things that are around car. It can be maintenance, it can be shipping, it can be logistics, it can be repairs, which I've talked about the maintenance, right? It can be any service at all. So you can find a lot of things around your niche. You are selling baby products, right? You can talk about baby products, not just always posting the baby product, but you can talk about these things all around, right? So that you have a lot of content points to build across. So if you are posting randomly, right, you start today, you post something about this, tomorrow you post something about another thing, you are rather confusing your audience. So make sure that any niche that you pick or what topic that you pick, you create a content around that topic, and anything that you say, most of the time, try to link it to what you actually do. What that happens is that you'll be able to build the audiences that you have already started, and then you'll be able to make the best result out of these audiences. I talk about how we can use meta ads to increase our sales and visibility online. As for this video, it's actually for people that create video content to run ads. These are things that we must understand whilst we are running ads or creating content. Note that always consistency will beat creativity in all aspects of life. Know this, use it well, and then you get the best result for your business.